Let's do it. Here we go.
We're with Sea of Thieves Season 15, we're going wild. There's terrifying encounters with ancient Megalodon, big changes for the Hunter's Call, and a menagerie of new creatures to find throughout the seas.
Oh.
So grab your gear and get ready to go on the hunt as we track down everything coming in Sea of Thieves Season 15, Wild Things. Setting sail across the waves just got a whole lot more dangerous as two new ancient Megalodon have made their way to the Sea of Thieves. Pirates can now encounter the feared Red Maw, a red-hot foe that can set your ship alight with a single
that
bite.
thing is huge.
This harbinger of heat can also supercharge the fire that burns at its core and then release it as a devastating explosion.
What?
So keeping your distance is recommended.
And it knocks your sails down. Okay. Interesting. First of all, first thing, we're going to shout out the music team once again. They've absolutely nailed it. So, you know, music, always peak. That's actually insane. That thing is humongous. It looks really cool. It's going to piss me off immensely in PvP fights. But it should be funny nonetheless after I done raging or laughing at someone else's misfortune at getting blasted by a freaking volcano blast wave.
There's the barnacle dread. It uses the coral plates that cover its body as armor, which you'll need to blast away with cannon fire to have any hope of defeating this formidable beast. Let it get too close, and its electrifying bite will not only do massive damage to your ship, but it'll also spawn electric ocean crawlers on your deck.
Oh, that's cool.
Shocking behavior.
That looks sweet. Yo, that looks really cool. Also, it's nice that they did, like they had the bone collars that could put AI on your ship. Now they're kind of using some of that stuff like from Pirate's Life, put the ocean crawlers on there. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it mixes it up. It's definitely something new.
There's one group who knows about taking on big fish. It's the Hunter's Call. And in Season 15, you can set sail as their emissary, flying the flag as their representative, and building your reputation with them at an increased rate. You can now also choose to embark on raid voyages on behalf of the Hunter's Call.
Okay.
Completing these voyages will net you a fine haul of Hunter's Call specific loot, helping you earn even more.
Just like a new chest. Is there supposed to be like, that looks like a kraken tentacle maybe? And then like maybe like a shark. So it's like a kraken tentacle in a freaking chest. And then whatever this is, like the jaws of a shark or something. That's kind of cool. At least it has its own new loot. That's a good thing. Teeth, yeah, I like that.
A reputation. This means there's all new rewards to unlock too, allowing you to embrace the thrill of the hunt in all of your adventures. But that's not all. You can also take on new voyages from the Hunter's Call to go in search of treasured fish. Follow the Hunter's map and look out for the telltale signs of bubbles on the surface of the water. Then cast off and get ready for a fight as you reel in the biggest fish you've ever seen. Just make sure to keep an eye out for any jealous anglers hoping to pinch your catch.
Who would do that? Chad, who would sneak onto somebody's boat and steal their fish? That's not right. Guys, that's horrible. Nobody do that to anybody. I mean, would stoop to such a level? It's crazy.
And later in the season, there's even more to come, with the addition of wild boars and their treasure-laden wallows. New throwable hunting spears. A variety of ambient wildlife. New throwable hunting spears.
That's sick. Throwable. I wonder if it's a throwable. So if that's something instead of like a blunder bomb, that's actually awesome. If that's like a throwable you can keep, that's insane. That could change metas and completely. We'll see. It's like you tap somebody, throw. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. That's awesome though.
A variety of ambient wildlife that will make the world feel more alive than ever before. And the introduction of voyages for the Hunter's Call that'll send you across the waves to track down mighty Megalodon. And of course, a new season means you've got 100 levels of incredible rewards to unlock, with a variety of stunning items for both your ship and pirate. With these rewards, you can answer the call of the sea and set forth with the confidence of a fearless hunter. And there's even more up for grabs with the Plunder Pass, available as an optional purchase. You can unlock the stylings of a long-gone civilization with the Dynasty of the Deep ship collection and clothing. Not only that, there are also new items to unlock from completing new commendations and
cool.
milestones.
Shark body. That's pretty sweet looking. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's pretty unique. Yeah, that's a cool curse for sure. That's pretty badass.
Too, so you can proudly display the treasured rewards of your
look at the eyes. Look at the green eyes. I like that. That's a cool curse.
Accomplishments for all to see. So get ready to answer the call of the wild, uncover a treasure trove of rewards, and battle fearsome sea monsters as you embrace your inner hunter in Sea of Thieves Season 15, Wild Things.
February 20th. All right, that was pretty sweet. Quick little recap there. I think that what they did with the Megs is pretty awesome. Incorporating some of the other stuff in the game, but adding it to a little Megalodon raid, I think is pretty cool. I think the fish thing is the big milestone for that, though. Like stealing fish, because I'm pretty sure the fish are actual physical items. They don't go into your pocket for those quests. I think they're actual, like, carryable items. So people are going to have a ton of fish on their boat that are doing that quest. And I also think that people will get mega salty about that, which obviously is super funny and great content for everybody. So yeah, I think it's cool. I know this stuff is going to be piecemeal, chat. I think we're going to talk about that in the developer thing that's coming up next. I don't think all of that is hitting immediately. I think it's going to go in waves. So like every month or so, or 5 weeks. I don't know what the cadence is, but I think it's going to get released piecemeal. It's like, I don't think the spears are in right away. They might actually say right here, the spears look badass. If it's a throwable and not like a weapon you equip, then it's going to be sick. But we will see what that brings. But we are going to watch the developer update now. I think this video is about 8 minutes long. Just going to touch on their little update to you guys of what they're doing for the game. I've not watched this either, so we will check it out right now. And yeah, let's just see what's up with it.
Hey everyone! With Season 15 now right around the corner, let's dive in and share a little about what's coming up. First off, let's talk about how Season 15 is going to roll out. As I shared last year, we're going to be releasing our latest season, the anticipated expansion to the Hunter's Call, over February, March and April's updates. The primary goal here is to slow the rate of change arriving in each update, so we can better maintain the health of the game, while also giving you all something to look forward to in each of the month's updates. Season 15 will kick off with our next update on February 20th, and straight away 2 new ancient Megalodon will be released upon the seas. You'll finally be able to set sail as an emissary for the Hunter's Call, which is now expanded to rank 100, with rings of distinction for you.
Look, Drew has the shark curse already, chat. Look right here. He already has the Meg curse. Looks pretty sick.
Overachievers. Along with the company expansion, there's now on-demand voyages from the quest table, with fishing and raid voyages providing company-specific treasure. In March, players will discover a new throwable item, the hunting spear,
Throwable.
as well as encountering a whole range of new wildlife across the
Throwable.
seas. And then closing out the season.
Throwable. That means you're going to be able to have the spear as a throwable weapon, maybe instead of your blunderbombs or your fire. That could be good. There could be some shake up there for combat.
In April, you'll be able to track down the wild boar and set sail on a new on-demand Megalodon hunting voyage. I know everyone can't wait to get their hands on all the new additions arriving in Season 15, but I'm just as excited with the game performance improvements we've got arriving in this month's update. We've got game-wide improvements with the first phase of our server multi-threading work, improvements to how treasure is populated on shipwrecks, improvements when playing at higher frame rates, island optimizations, and various improvements to treasure items. There's then improvements to both treasure hand-ins and further improvements to trinkets, addressing performance issues in both of these areas.
Very good.
This update will also reduce the frequency of the burning blade in the rotation of world events, primarily due to its current performance impact on the sandbox. This is our second phase of
Burning blade. Do other stuff with it. Listen, the burning blade is awesome as a ship. The AI is really cool. Fire is really cool. The flamethrower. The game loop of going around to skeleton camps only to stack up. Not cool. That event could be so good. They just add a little bit more to it. Just revisit it. Let you do a couple more things with it. Maybe give a little Reaper Hourglass rep for having it. There's some things there that could make that event way better. But overall, as far as the performance things so far, I feel like the game has actually performed relatively well the last, like, I don't know, half year. There's been some problems with people teleporting. That's really my only huge thing I've noticed, but it hasn't been really that bad as far as performance goes. Obviously, it still needs work, so it sounds like they're addressing that, which is good. Hit reg, for the most part, seems pretty good. I don't really nearly get as mad as I used to about that. So, yeah, it hasn't been horrible game performance, especially, I know everything, you tend to not look back too far, but about like a year ago or like a year and a half, it was really bad. It hasn't been too bad lately. The only thing I said, sometimes in some pretty like intense fights, people start to teleport. That's really the really only thing I've seen. So hopefully they can cut back on that with some of this. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Keep it rolling.
Work coming out of our performance bash, and it's a pretty significant set of improvements. We've seen good results from this internally, and performance in Insiders is looking positive. We're hopeful these improvements will provide the same impact to live, but I'll hold on to my confidence rating until we see how they all land.
Okay.
Before I
That was a 9 out of 10 reference to himself. Odd.
move on from performance, I wanted to talk about play in high frame rates. As the team have been diving into bug reports and feedback around game performance, we see a common trend where players with high-spec rigs are choosing to uncap their frame rates and begin to commonly reach average frame rates above 144. Sea of Thieves is currently optimised for 30, 60 and 120 FPS across PC and consoles, and you'll therefore get the best experience when locking your frame rate at one of these levels. Pushing up to 144 begins to show some signs of instability, but players choosing to step above that are opening themselves up to a knowingly degraded experience. Playing above our optimised frame rates will surface issues like rubber banding, inconsistent frame rate drops, and a degraded hit detection the higher you push.
You know what's funny about that? First of all, I won't leave you on that frame, Drew. There you go. In most games, usually when you have higher frame rates, because this is kind of some new stuff to me. In most games, and when you have like higher frame rates, it actually gives you like better performance. Like your animations hit more. Like in games, it's like, oh, you do extra damage or you get better feedback. I don't know how any of that works, so I'm not going to sit there and pretend to know anything about that. The good thing that I will say is the transparency. They didn't have to say that because it makes it, on the surface level, it makes that look bad when you're like, oh, our game can't run high end stuff. But on the other hand, they could have just not said that at all and just let you suffer through it. Instead, they just said, hey, here's what our game's optimized for. If you want to have the best experience, just fire it up. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can do what they need to do. I like that they told people that. I think that that's very important. And yeah, I guess we go from here.
Here is sharing this information so you can make a more informed choice about how you want to play. So if you want to optimize for a more performant Sea of Thieves experience, consider locking at 30, 60 or 120 FPS. Uncapping or sinking above 144 is knowingly degrading the experience.
Sinking above?
And you do so at your own risk. We're going to keep an eye on this one as we continue to optimize performance across the game. And while we don't want to restrict the options you have available to you, we may have to consider that in the future if we continue to see players reporting performance issues well above our optimized range. Next up, let's talk game security and player safety. So pack file use has gone through the roof recently, with both cheat users and hobbyists getting involved. We have a zero tolerance policy here, and manipulating game files to modify the experience is a bannable offense.
So essentially, I don't know too much about it, but it was come to my attention that there was these things called pack files. Essentially aren't like cheats. It's not like you have like a cheat engine or something. It's just like straight up, like you just modify files and it like changed what you did in the game. So it was hard to like detect, at least as far as I know. I said I kind of not well versed in that stuff, but yeah, it was basically like internal file modifying. It wasn't like an extra third-party program put onto a computer to like do stuff. I don't know. So basically people were bypassing anti-cheat with that, but I think they're getting a handle on that finally.
The team are working to identify usage and secure our game files from this moving forwards. No timelines to share on this work yet, but this is now being prioritised. We're also investing further into protections for players who become targeted by malicious users on the seas, including our creators who've seen an uptick in targeted stream sniping. February's update delivers our next wave of ban evasion tech, with further detections to crack down on players circumventing game bans. As a reminder, this isn't a one and done thing. We'll continue rolling this out in waves in coming updates. This update also includes a range of protections against malicious activity under the hood, beginning to reinforce the systems that cheaters have been using to teleport and bypass various combat restrictions. We know that the impact of cheaters is pretty significant at the moment. We feel your pain and we're working hard to continue fighting back against their attacks, both in the areas I've mentioned here, but also the more secret things we're doing behind the scenes. And to finish off our game health roundup, I've got a few things to share on the game experience, as our February update delivers fixes to some common pain points. Ships appearing invisible at the start of an hourglass battle have been fixed. Common locations used to prevent ships from sinking in order to cheese hourglass battles have been addressed. Inconsistent audio when bailing water and when ships are filling should now be much more consistent.
Pretty important.
The grapple gun should no longer flip players upside down. And then game
Didn't
stability.
know about that. Sounds hilarious, but good fix. I love the grapple gun now, by the way, chat. I'm not even kidding. It's actually good in my opinion. And it's just fun to use anyways. I think it's a good weapon.
Improvements for PS5 players during crossplay are just some of the fixes landing in February's update. The team have also been working on some tools to allow us to restrict some common economy exploits we've seen surface following the voyage rebalance in Season 11, where crews were increasing their reputation and gold earn rates much higher than intended. Crews now purposefully starting and cancelling voyages repeatedly, trying to force a specific location, and now going to find that voyage is placed on cooldown, unable to be started again for a period of time. This small change should address many of our commonly reported voyage exploits without affecting genuine play. We've also developed...
Here's the thing. I know some people are against that and some people are for it, but I'm just like, I don't get the reason to just spam voyages so your gold number goes up. Like I don't who like the game is not about that. Like who cares? Like I got billion gold. Who cares? Doesn't get you anything. Just you're just doing voyages over and over. Like that's just dumb. Just play the game. Like go do stuff. I don't know. That's just weird to me. I don't know why anyone would be mad about that. Because who cares? Just go do something else. Yeah, I don't know. Whatevs. There's plenty to do. I wouldn't be too bent out of shape over it. You'll forget about it in a week anyways. There's so many things that happen in games like this, or anything in life, where like immediate outrage, right? Something will happen. You're like, no, this is horrible. And then like a month goes by and you never talk about it again. You don't care. The overall quality actually improved for everybody, but no one acknowledges it or even thinks about it anymore. So I would just say that's overall probably really good, just in general, for the flow of the game to get people moving around. And who cares?
Tools behind the scenes to lock problematic voyages without the need to take the game down for maintenance, ensuring we can protect players should a voyage become problematic in live play. And finally,
So would that say they can just turn voyages off at any time? Again, good. I've seen people do stupid cheese. They got it.
stay with me here, we're nearly done. I wanted to share an update on something I hinted at back in November. We've taken the impact of Season 14 very seriously, and it shone a light on a number of areas across our team where we didn't have strong quality control. While we've made changes ahead of Season 15 that already builds our confidence in quality, it's clear that we've been too reliant on our Insiders program. While Insiders will always be a fantastic last line of defense, we know the responsibility of quality delivery has to sit with us. In order to do that,
Yes.
we're going to be expanding our team here at Rare, and we're hiring experienced Sea of Thieves players to form a player experienced focused quality team, bringing more of your experience directly into the studio and closer to development. This will include assessing the quality of features in development, through to tracking down issues reported in Insiders and live. I can't wait to get this new team on board. Our recruiters have been
That's cool. That's a cool thing. So any of you guys that are, I think you're experienced at least, that may be a venue for you guys to look some. I didn't know that. So it looks like they're taking a little mess of the pressure and weight off of Insiders and actually doing like a QA team. That's cool. I hope that people are really going to be dedicated to that. So I think that's good because they really do need to target areas. I feel even myself, when I used to play Insiders way long time ago before I stopped playing, it was log in for an hour while I had it alt tabbed and doing something else. So I think it's good that you got to bump it up a notch here and get somebody to actually get in there and test. And I'm sure they're going to start with people that already have been on Insiders testing it, because I'm sure there actually are a lot of people that do put some really quality time into it and like really do care about the future updates and really making sure everything gets flowed. So I hope that they all get some good quality people in there that can help the Insiders program. I think that'll be good all around for everybody. I have no idea how any of you might apply for that, but maybe that's something you're interested in. But yeah, I guess go to their website or something like that. I'm sure there'll be something, or he may even talk about it here in a second.
sourcing candidates, and we hope to get this team up and running in the next few months, bringing their lived experience and the voice of our players straight into our studio. Well, there was clearly a lot to cover here, and I hope it shows the efforts of our team addressing the issues that matter most to you. Let's call it there. Catch you all next time, and happy hunting.
Cool. Yeah. So overall, it seems like they're really doing a new pass here on everything. I appreciate the transparency as always. I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, regardless of where CSDs is right now, like where it's headed, where it's going, where it's been, The transparency is always pretty good with Rare. So they don't have to put these out, but they do. So, and like I said, there's still things that are going to be, wrong with the game. But I do think overall, as far as performance stuff goes, it has been getting noticeably better, except in some instances where like I said, sometimes it just goes off the rails and a little bit. But like I said, I don't know what causes that. But overall, my playing experience has been pretty good over the last, half year or so that I can remember back that far. I can't really remember what I ate for breakfast, but you get what I'm saying. Streamer burnout. But yeah, overall, I'm okay with that. I think that it was pretty cool, and I appreciate the transparency. I appreciate you guys watching, and for YouTube, because I'm going to upload this to YouTube as well. If you guys want to go over there, or anyone watching this video for the first time, if you want to discuss anything in the comments, respectfully, I may engage in some conversation with you guys there in the comments. And you guys just enjoy season 15. It'll be starting February 20th. There are Twitch drops. I will be live for a very long period of time during that weekend. Major drops. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the YouTube video today. On the way out, don't forget to follow the social media, my Twitter, my Instagram. If you've not already, please remember to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Thank you all very much. See you on the next video.